Are folks expecting too much of Travis Hunter this season? Let's talk about it. It's an interesting point. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsyJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, Travis Hunter is one of the premier prospects, or was a premier prospect coming out of high school. He is one of the most anticipated players people are looking forward to seeing in the 2023 college football season. As we know, Colorado opens up their season, the school that he now plays for, opens up their season on Big Noon Kickoff this Saturday, week 1 of college football season on national TV with Joel Klatt, Gus Johnson calling Coach Prime's first game. But is there too much being put on the plate of Travis Hunter? If you don't know, Travis was the #1 prospect in all of high school football, goes to Jackson State, rips it up there. He only plays in 6 games because he was hurt the first half of the season, but rips it up at Jackson State. His coach leaves to go to Colorado. He's now at Colorado. He has super high expectations being put on by him, by the public at large. Here is one thing. Travis, you got to remember, Travis has yet to play down at the FBS level. He also missed a significant amount of time last year. But nonetheless, he was voted a preseason All-American. Travis Hunter named to the AP All-American team. Travis Hunter named as a preseason All-American. He is a one-of-one type of guy. He will be Colorado's star wide receiver and their star cornerback. And there's a lot going into people are expecting a lot of great things. For Colorado to have any chance of having a decent season, there's 2 people that have to play well. One's Deion Sanders, their quarterback. The other is Travis Hunter. They need Travis Hunter to be all-world. But it's not just this that also builds into the myth and the legend that is Travis Hunter. You get practice clips all the time via well-off media, via Colorado, just showing you Travis getting busy, whether it's in a blue jersey, a gray jersey, a white jersey. It don't matter what jersey color the man's in. His is different than everybody else's because he plays both ways. And like I said, for them to have any chance of having a successful season, he will have to be good. But it doesn't stop there. Travis is one of the highest paid NIL athletes in all of college football. If I show you over here, Travis has teamed up with the Bleacher Report to do a mini series, just like a podcast is essentially what it is, a web series, podcast, whatever. Travis is now linked up with Bleacher Report, a part of his NIL package. Now you'll say, oh my goodness, it's too many distractions. Well, Travis isn't the first player to have a podcast, first college football player to have a podcast. He's not the first, not the last. If you remember, Bryce Young had a podcast on the Volume Network owned by Colin Cowherd. So, Bryce Young did the same thing, and Bryce Young had a stellar college football career, #1 overall pick. He also won a Heisman Trophy. So that's one thing. Travis is also not the first athlete to have a podcast with Bleacher Report, because as we know now, Mookie Betts has a podcast with Bleacher Report called On Base. Mookie Betts also an all-star, a champion. He's Mr. Do-It-All. So Travis is following in the footsteps of some high level athletes. And the reason why I ask, is it too much pressure or is too much being expected of Travis Hunter? So Josh Pate is one of my favorite college football analysts in this here YouTube space, social media space. He works for 247. Josh Pate compared Travis to Shohei Ohtani. Now I'm gonna play Josh's video. Hopefully we don't get a copyright strike. So they have some music. I actually am scared to play it. Actually, the more I think about it, I'm actually not going to play it with its audio anyway. But Josh Pate right here, as you see, says, could Travis Hunter be the Shohei Ohtani of college football? And the reason why he's asking that is because if you know anything about baseball, Shohei Ohtani is the great hitter and pitcher for the Anaheim Angels. He is an all-star at both. Travis is could very well be an all-American type player at both corner and wide receiver. To me, he's a better wide receiver. I think if he did wide receiver full-time, he could be Justin Jefferson. He's that good. He's that freaking good. He's that twitchy of an athlete. I believe in Travis. Travis, I think, is going to have an amazing season. Is there too much hype? Is there too much pressure? Maybe, but no, it's not, because he's that good. He's that talented. If there's two players in college football who will not be draft eligible at the end of this year, that I think they're just amazing. I just think they're that freaking good, and that if they were draft eligible, they would be first round picks after this season. One is Travis Hunter, the other Zachariah Branch for USC. And if you watched USC in their first game, you saw how nasty Zachariah Branch is. And what Travis and Zachariah both bring, but specifically we're focusing on Travis, is that second twitch. Is that twitch of an athlete that you just don't find everywhere. Like, that's when you know a guy, you know a guy when you see a guy. And Travis is a guy. I don't know what it is that those type of athletes, that those type of dudes have, but when you see it, you know it. It doesn't matter if you've seen one play, one game, 1 year full of film. Once you see it, it just stands out. It's just like, oh, okay, you are better at football than most people. The same thing when you watch guys like Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson, Percy Harvin, now Zachariah Branch at USC, and people will see, he hasn't played yet, but once you see Travis Hunter, you will see the exact same thing. I saw it last year at Jackson State. He only played in 6 games, but in those 6 games, I don't care what conference it was. I don't care what y'all say about FCS football, HBCU football, whatever. Travis is that dude. Like, Travis is that dude. You know a guy when you see a guy. That is a guy. That is a guy. And he is him. I am him. He is him. He is that good. And it is going to be on full display as long as he's healthy at Colorado. And their only chance of being successful is if Travis is the guy that I think he is. Now, that you can call pressure, but I don't think it's too much of it, because he is that special of an athlete. He is undeniable. He is going to be that good. I don't know how good the team will be, but for them to have any form of success, he is going to have to be exactly what I think he is. And that I don't think they'll have any problem with, because he is that talented, because he is that dynamic, and because he doesn't play a position that necessarily needs other people to do your thing, right? If Shedeur can get him the ball, now Shedeur needs that offensive line to do their thing and the running backs to do their thing. But if Shedeur puts the ball in his vicinity, you will see what I'm talking about. If Colorado, Sean Lewis, the offense coordinator, Coach Prime, the head coach, and those guys put the ball in his hands, and watch what happens. He's that special. Certain guys, you just put the ball in their hand and watch what happens. And then on defense, you will see what he's made of. He still has ways to improve over there. And that is what I'm going to be very interested in seeing, how he improves on the defensive side of the ball. On offense, as a playmaker with the ball in his hands, you can forget about it. You can forget about it, because he's that good. And when you see those type of guys, those next level athletes, those guys that, oh yeah, he'll play in the NFL. Travis is one of those type. Whoever that guy is for you. A lot of y'all saw Zachariah Branch for USC, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a guy. I know a guy when I see a guy. That's a guy. He's special. He's the next star of college football. You seen it when you saw Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, yeah, he's a star. He is what he is. Marvin Harrison Jr.'s first significant snaps were in a Rose Bowl game, and he had 3 touchdowns. Now, Smith-Njigba had 300 yards, so everybody was obsessed with that, and rightfully so, but Marvin Harrison had 2 or 3 touchdowns in that same Rose Bowl game. You know a guy when you see a guy. When those dudes hit the field, and when you see those guys, as you see Marvin Harrison came back the next year and was practically one of the best players in college football, you know a guy when you see a guy. Travis is going to be one of those guys by the end of this year. You're like, oh, I see why Bleacher Report, out of all the college athletes they could have chose, they chose him to work with. They chose him to give a podcast to. Oh, I see why, out of all the different people, all of these different brands are lining up to be with him. You're going to see why. I think he's that special. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there too much hype and or pressure for Travis Hunter? I say no. The two dudes I'm betting on this year, him and Zachariah Branch at USC. So if I'm betting on those dudes over everybody else in college football, then I think he is going to have that special of a season. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr., just the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr., YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.